So many times I have proposed, innumerable times maybe, that terms and molecules and force fields, etc., are human names for modes of knowing and experience in consciousness. So given that, people have asked, since that might be true, then since atoms are supposed to be billions of years old, including those in our body, they existed for billions of years, then who or what was having experience if there were no human beings? What was having experiences that we now label as atoms? Well, let's break this down a little bit, okay? Because many philosophers, and including scientists today, are suggesting that consciousness predates life itself and is the fundamental ontological primitive of the universe. And it can be modeled at a quantum level through phenomena like entanglement and non-locality. So non-local consciousness theory suggests that awareness, consciousness, transcends individual brains and space-time, implying a universal or interconnected, entangled matrix of conscious agents, if you want to use that, or just internet-connected consciousness. And this perspective, of course, challenges current conventional materialist views because it posits that consciousness is the foundation of all existence, rather than emerging solely or even at all from biological processes. So in this framework, all experiences, including those involving what we call, humans call atoms, could be manifestations within a non-local universal consciousness that existed before human cognition evolved. I like that, right? And I have said this in various ways, but as the conversation expands, things become a little more clearer. So let's look at some key theories linking consciousness to the origins of life. So if consciousness is primary, it could be what we call a guiding force in organizing matter into living systems. I would go a little further and say it organizes its own perceptual and cognitive modes of knowing into the appearance of biological organisms or living systems. And this, to some extent, aligns with theories like the physicist Erwin Schrödinger proposed in his book, What is Life? What is Life? I think that was the name of the book, where he suggests that life avoids entropy by feeding on negative entropy. Yeah, that was the book. What is Life? 1944, I think. And therefore, Erwin Schrödinger hinted at a deeper organizing principle. In fact, he likened his wave function to Atman, Brahman, universal consciousness. We now know that quantum biology suggests consciousness-like processes, like quantum coherence. And this could have played a role in early self-replicating molecules like RNA. Of course, experiments have shown that quantum phenomena like entanglement occur in some biological systems, most well known photosynthesis, the basis of life on our planet, and bird navigation. So such effects were present in prebiotic chemistry. Prebiotic means before the microorganisms evolved. So, if such effects were present in prebiotic chemistry, non local consciousness might have influenced molecular self organization. One of my favorite philosophers, Thomas Nagel, who coined the phrase, "What does it feel like to be a bat?" Thomas Nagel wrote something, Mind and Cosmos, in 2012, where he argued that life's emergence requires principles beyond materialism, including possibly mind like properties. So, non local consciousness could provide a pull, pull toward complexity. So, these are some ideas. And if non local consciousness is actually pure consciousness that has no cause, that is fundamental, that is irreducible, that has no borders, and that is infinite, spaceless, timeless, then it is also beyond our imagination and comprehension, and yet without that, there is no experience. So, pure consciousness, non local consciousness, or if you want, we could call it the divine being as consciousness, which is the superposition of infinite possibilities, could have differentiated into life forms for maximum diversity of experience. That is what I feel is the right way to understand the origins of life, not the current theories, physicalist theories, which, as I've mentioned in many of my previous videos, have innumerable gaps or loopholes. So I would like to ask you now that what do you think? I'm reminded of JBS Haldane's comment on quantum weirdness, where he said, the universe is not only stranger than we suppose, but stranger than we can suppose. Let me know your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, do share it with others.